You're speeding, going 100 miles per hour. Why? You're not a race car driver, right? You could have easily hit a child who was walking through the crosswalk, because guess what? Children tend to be walking through crosswalks during school. So you got to put away the childish things. CR 1497.
And this case is about to show just how quickly a simple excuse can collide with serious consequences. The charge isn't about being late to school. It involved allegedly evading police in a vehicle. And in Texas, that can become a felony very quickly. Before the judge even reaches the punishment, she's going to make sure he understands exactly what he's facing.
Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you review the true bill of indictment with your attorney? Did you understand it? Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
I do.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
We are, Your Honor.
Mr. Ichortea, did you review the document entitled Court Admonishments and Defendant's Waivers and Affidavit of Admonitions with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places? Did you understand you're charged with the offense of evading arrest, detention with a vehicle? That's a third-degree felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If you have a plea with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you, and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent? Did you understand by entering this plea you were giving up those rights? And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
No comment.
No. Did you understand what your rights are?
Yes. Sorry.
And are you intending to give up those rights to enter into a plea bargain agreement in this case? Did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine? Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, sir.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
I do.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
I do.
Mr. Ichortea, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No.
Anyone promise? All right, after reviewing State's Exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty. Court will defer finding of guilt as you've applied for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, sir.
Anything you wish?
Here's an important moment that can easily get overlooked. The judge is accepting that there is sufficient evidence, but she's deferring the formal finding of guilt because the defendant has applied for deferred adjudication. That's a major opportunity, but it's also a warning. If he violates the conditions later, that opportunity can disappear and the consequences can become much more serious.
To be honest with you, Your Honor, that day I was going to school.
All right, so here.
Now comes the part where the judge wants to hear the defendant's explanation directly. And remember, the issue isn't simply that he was speeding. We're talking about approximately 100 miles per hour. So when the explanation finally comes, the question is obvious. What could possibly justify driving that fast?
Without respect. So you're speeding, going 100 miles per hour. Why?
I was going to school.
Yeah, but why are you going 100 miles per hour? Other people go to school. They're not going 100 miles per hour. I'm sorry, what?
I was running late, Your Honor.
So you're running late. And what school were you going to?
I was going to Pathways Home Education.
And whose car were you in?
In my vehicle.
All right. Do you have insurance on that vehicle in your name?
Yes.
And were you paying for that vehicle and paying for the insurance?
Not the insurance, Your Honor.
Who was paying for the insurance?
Paid my mother.
And so how long were you in doing home education with Pathways?
About 3 months.
And where were you doing education before Pathways?
It was Stevens High School.
All right. So why were you at Pathways Home as opposed to Stevens?
I had dropped out at Stevens High School during the pandemic because they weren't counting me present in my classes anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to go back to school. So we had found an educational program for students that wanted to work from home, or if they wanted to, could go to the school physically if they felt comfortable with it. and I was just running like that day. And I'm trying to go back to school now. Really.
So have you graduated?
No. So
So
when
how
I
do you-
went to jail, that kind of made everything fall apart.
And then I bet when you went to jail, that sort of woke you up too.
Yes, ma'am.
So how far did you go in school?
How far? About junior year.
So you're in your junior year, you're 20. School is different from when I went.
At that time,
It was rare that 18-year-olds were still in high school. They had already graduated. So I'm trying to figure out why
I
at
got held back in
20.
first grade.
I'm sorry?
I got held back in first grade.
Okay.
But I was 19 at the time, so I was still eligible for a high school diploma. So that's why I was going through that educational program to get my diploma.
All right. How long have you been out of custody?
State, I believe. To be honest with you, I don't remember.
You don't remember?
No.
All right. Either you're just trying to put that behind you or it didn't make enough of an impact. So have you been out of custody for more than a month? More than 3 months? More than 6 months? All right. So you haven't been in school since you've been out of custody.
Notice what the judge is doing here. She's moving beyond the offense itself and examining the defendant's stability, school, work, custody, and what happens after release. That's often where a sentencing conversation becomes much more personal. The judge isn't just asking, "What did you do?" She's asking, "What are you going to do differently?"
At Toyota.
I stopped working at Toyota because I couldn't do the hours. It was 2 weeks on day, 2 weeks on night, and trying to transition through that was really hard for me.
So you quit. And when you quit working at Toyota, did you give them a 2 weeks notice?
Yes, I did.
All right. And when you quit, did you already have another job lined up?
I did. I was searching.
And is the reason why you didn't have another job lined up because you knew you could live with your mom?
Well, that, yes. And because I wanted to look for another opportunity somewhere.
Well, here's the thing. If you're living by yourself, or either if you're living and the household is dependent on your income, you can't just say, this job, I don't like their hours, so I'm going to quit. Here's my 2 week notice and I don't have anything fall back on. Because, for example, if your mother were to say, I don't like my job, if she's working, I don't know if she's retired or not, but if she's working, she can't say, I don't like my job, I don't have any other place to go, I'm just going to quit. And children, just so you know, your mom is quitting her employment, so you're all going to have to pick up the slack. You're an adult. And is your mom with you today?
She
was this morning, but
All right.
she couldn't come.
So your mom was here with you this morning and she's going to work. So here's the thing. You're an adult, even though technically you're 20, people still see you as young. 17-year-olds, 18-year-olds, 19-year-olds, people still see them as young, but technically you're an adult. So you got to put away the childish things. You can't just quit a job and say, I'm going to find something else. And for you to be working at Toyota, I'm sure Toyota was paying you well, but you haven't even graduated high school and you got a good job. And it's Toyota. Maybe you don't like the hours. My mom, she used to work on rotating shifts, and you know what her shifts were? And I'm probably going to get this wrong, but I think it was 7 days straight. And she had to do rotating shifts. So she had a morning shift. You do that for 7 days. Then I think they give you like 3 days off. And then you have the middle shift, which is the 3 to 11 shift. You do that for 7 days. Then they give you 3 days off. Then you have the graveyard shifts. It was either 7 days each shift or 14 days each shift. And you know what? She didn't quit that job. You know why she didn't quit that job? Because people were dependent on her paycheck. Her children were dependent on her paycheck. So you need to stop and start growing up and stop thinking that you can just quit a job and a new job is just going to pop up. You understand? Don't quit a job or give them your notice until you know you have another job. And so you're a cook. I'm sure. Where are you a cook at?
I wasn't cooking at anything.
All right. So you were a cook. So where are you working now?
Currently.
See, you've quit 2 jobs already. And I'm sure Toyota had good benefits. And you know what? The other people who are working that rotating shift, you're behind now. And this is what I mean about your being behind. You're going to look up and you're going to be that person going from job to job. And then the people who are at Toyota with you, they're going to be ready for their retirement. And they're going to say, you know what? I already put in my 20 years. Whereas you may end right back up at Toyota and you'll only have a year in and you're looking at doing 19 more. Don't be a leaf blowing around in the wind. You understand? All right. Any children, do you? Okay.
Trust me, if I did,
I didn't want to ask that question, but I was like, please, you got to work on yourself first before you do that. All right, so there's going to be a $1,500 fine. I'm going to probate that, not for you. I'm probating it for your mom because I know she would help you pay that.
After all that questioning, the judge is finally ready to announce the consequences. And this is where the case takes a turn. He's not simply walking away with a warning. The court is about to attach very specific conditions to his opportunity to stay out of prison, including employment, reporting requirements, community service, and education-related expectations.
Standards is if you already have another job. You understand? We're not going to do that anymore. So it's going to be proof of employment within 30 days. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. Oh, and by the way, at Toyota, that shift you were working, I'm sure if you put enough time in, they probably would have given you a different shift. Those shifts are usually for people that they're trying to see if you're going to last. So if I were in your position and I haven't graduated from high school, Toyota seems like it's a good place to be in as far as benefits, 401k. I'm sure they'll do medical, dental, all of that. You understand? There is going to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person. There'll be regular random UAs, defensive driving course, uh, 180 hours of community service restitution. That will be waived if he completes his GED or if he graduates from school, or if he enters and successfully completes a trade school. There's going to be field visits, one time per month for 2 months. Probation, is there anything else he needs? Is there anything else you need from the court to be successful? Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it? Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand? All right, so we can go off the record. Here's the thing. You're going 100 miles per hour, and guess what could have happened? One, you're not a race car driver, right? You could have easily hit a child who was walking through the crosswalk, because guess what? Children tend to be walking through crosswalks during school. Could have been somebody from high school. Could have been one of the little elementary school children who are just trying to make it to school, and you're speeding at 100 miles per hour. This is not Fast and the Furious. You understand? And you easily could have been killed. You could have wrapped your vehicle around a light pole or ran into this. If that would have happened, you know what? They would have been trying, if you would not have survived, they would have been trying to sue your mom. All right? Good luck to you. It's calling 2024 CR 011.
And just when you think the first case is over, the courtroom moves straight into another defendant and another set of consequences. The contrast is striking. One defendant receives deferred adjudication with strict conditions, while the next case involved a guilty plea and a jail sentence. So the question becomes, what happened this time? And why did the judge take such a different approach?
Did you review the true bill of indictment with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
I do.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
We're waiting individual.
Any objection?
Objection.
Did you review the court admonishments with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
You're charged with possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1, less than 1 gram. That is a state jail felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. You have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent. By entering this plea, you were giving up those rights. Did you understand?
Ma'am.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
I do.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
I do.
Mr. Chapa, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter the plea?
No, ma'am.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain agreement page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea bargain agreement, punishment is to be assessed at 9 months in the Bexar County Jail under 1244. There's an $800 fine. And the state is taking in consideration 2024 CR 011211. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes. Am I getting back time? Yes, ma'am. I understand.
Defense, is that the plea?
That is the plea.
State, is that the plea? Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in both places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, are there any such motions?
No.
Then to the offense, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Guilty.
State, any evidence?
No objection.
Did you review the waiver and consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places? And state, you may be excused. Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront
Yes, ma'am.
any witnesses the state would call, in the right to remain silent?
Ma'am.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports? But most importantly, there will be no live testimony. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same. After reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Your Honor, he's been in jail for, I believe, 129 days on this case. I spoke to his family. He does have a lot of family support. I'm asking the court to file a plea bargain.
All right, so you have a lot of family support?
Mhm.
Then why won't you do right?
That's what they get mad at me all the time.
No, I mean, I'm not mad at you. I'm just wondering why won't you do right? Here you are.
All short.
Here's the thing. You're falling short a lot.
Yes,
And let me
ma'am.
just tell you something. You're worried about whether you're going to get credit for any time served. Legally, I have to give it to you. If I didn't have to give it to you legally, I probably wouldn't give it to you. And the fact that you are sitting out here tattooing weapons on your face and doing all this extra nonsense, which is nonsense. I don't know what your plans are. Who do you think wants to hire you or would hire you with a weapon tattooed on your face?
It's hard for me to get a job. I regret it.
Yeah. It's hard for you to get a job, and yet you continue doing foolishness. You started with the neck tattoo, and I always tell people, here's the thing. I don't have any problem with anybody having a tattoo. Go forth, be you. But if you're trying to get employment, maybe you should consider not having tattoos that come above the clavicle.
You're
You
right.
understand?
You're honestly right.
All right, the court is finding you guilty. The court will sentence you to 9 months in the Bear County Jail under 1244. There's an $800 fine. I'm not running time and money concurrently. Take in consideration 2024 CR 011211. Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we can go off the record. Here's the thing. Do you love anybody more than you love yourself?
I do.
And who is that?
Family.
All right, so here's the thing. You're using drugs. There are plenty of places in Bear County that will give you help with your drug addictions. Don't make it hard on your family by either spending the rest of your life in somebody's prison or somebody's jail, or because you've overdosed or you've gotten a bad batch of drugs and there's somebody that needs to be identified. You know who they call in to identify the body? Family members. Don't put that on your family. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Judge Stephanie Boyd didn't just hand down a sentence, she delivered a brutal wake-up call. Gabriel Charda, 20, stood before her pleading guilty to evading arrest at 100 miles per hour. His excuse? He was running late for school. But Judge Boyd saw through the deflection immediately. When Charda admitted he quit his job at Toyota because the rotating shifts were too hard, the judge's tone shifted from stern to scorching. She reminded him that his mother worked rotating shifts for years without quitting because people depended on her. She told him he's an adult now and needs to put away childish things. The judge made it clear his reckless driving could have killed a child, and his job-hopping mentality will leave him behind in life. She granted deferred adjudication, but with conditions so strict they might as well be handcuffs. This wasn't punishment. This was intervention.